if you're not exposed to the contaminated water in the childhood age, and then all of a sudden you're exposed to the contaminated water, then you will feel very sick, and you are becoming allergic towards the water, and then you are going to the doctor, okay, with a lot of medical prescription. You are recovering from the particular disease. This is the message. Okay, now uh, when you're exposing yourself to the contaminated water in the childhood age, you are preparing yourself to resist the microorganism. You are increasing the immunity power, right? So like this, in certain place, okay, go to the hotel, in the hill station, in the childhood age, okay, and bring any number of water as you like, okay, become sick, get exposed to microorganism, get exposed to the climatic changes. So then you can survive very nicely with a very good adaptation. Okay, so like this, adaptation brings evolution, right? So now one by one we'll discuss in detail about the evolutionary concept. Okay, one is fossil evidence, as I already told to you. So fossil analysis, simple. Don't read so many sentences. Simple words. First you keep it in mind, then you go to the sentence. Morphology analysis, anatomy analysis, radiocarbon dating analysis, and then understanding from which geographical area this fossil has taken. From which geographical area this fossil has taken. Anatomy means internal structure. Studies and physiology is nothing but organ study in terms of functional aspect, whereas the physiology, anatomy, morphology studies gives the information about the body architecture, but the radiocarbon dating will help us to understand this fossil lived in which particular era, which particular period, in which particular age of the earth. Like this we can understand, right? Okay, this fossil evidence analysis is very, very important. Now we are coming for embryological support. Jonas Akil, a great scientist. What he did? He studied the embryological evidence of the evolution. Embryological evidence, he studied everything is okay. So can you say whatever the point, can you say some point which is not there in the slide? You're a teacher, you should come with preparation, right? So you know very well the tortoise, human being, chicken, all three embryos will look similar up to the age of 2 months. Up to the age of 2 months, right? So that shows your credential, right? So if you're talking about our NS Von Baer studies, disproves Haeckel's proposal, nothing that embryo do not passes through the adult stage of the other animal. Yes, of course, correct, right? So the embryo of various species, even though they are matching, in few months, but not every time, right? This is the entire extract of this particular explanation. NS Akil explanation we told to you. And then now we are entering into the next subtopic of this particular subtopic. As I already told to you, morphology and anatomy examination is very important. You take dates of Gulf countries, Oman date, Qatar date, Kuwait date, India date. So how many dates of various size, shape, color, smell, fragrance? Smell and fragrance both the same. Okay, I'm talking about uh, in terms of the place where it originates, right? So the size, shape, color of the dates are totally different, right? You take jasmine of various size and shape and color in various places, right? Coconut of various size and shape you can see in different geographical area. So all these things, what it denotes exactly, the morphology and anatomy differences, right? Now we are entering into the next important concept called homology. Homology refers to the similarity in the anatomical structure among the different organisms, right? For example, if you're talking about the humerus, radius, ulna, carpal, metacarpal, phalanges, despite this structure serving different function. Okay, so all these things, this metacarpal, all these things belongs to four limbs. All these things belongs to four limbs. That four limbs of human. Can you see this? Human, cat, horse, bat, dolphin. We are comparing. So, do you think the bad? Do you think the bad common ancestors, the bird, bat is not having a bat is not having a this particular radius humerus ulna for walking. For flying, it is having. Okay, for a dolphin, it is for swimming, it is having. For human, for walking, it is having. Okay, for cat, for walking. So like this, the structure, same structure in the different species are doing the different work. You were talking about the tendrils of the Morganvilla and Cucurbita represents homologous structure. Thorns will not allow the herbivorous animal to invade. Tendrils will make the Morganvilla to climb over the different plants. Right? This is the way you're remembering all the information. Now we are entering into analogous structure. You know very well, the analogy refers to similarities in the structures and functions, right, among different organisms. They do not share the common evolutionary ancestors, but evolve similar traits due to similar environmental pressure. So wings of the butterfly and birds look similar and serve the same function, but they are not anatomically similar structure. But they're not having what anatomically similar. Who is not similar? The wings of the butterflies and the birds are not similar, right? So this is a example for the analogous structure resulting from convergent evolution. Convergent evolution, right? So now the other example for the analogy is nothing but you know very well what very well the flippers, the penguin, and the dolphins are for different function, different function, right? So like this, all the examples you are remembering in your mind. So bring the information, then crack the result. Okay, with maximum score, right? Now we are coming for the divergent evolution. Similar structure but different function. Similar structure but different function. Similar structure, different function in the case of divergent, whereas in the case of convergent, what we need to understand is common ancestral origin. Homologous structure leads to the homologous structure in the different organism. Okay. Any one of you can say what is homologous structure? Just only discussed it. Okay. Any one of you can say in the case of Q&A section, similar structure of tribe evolved in different direction. Evolved in different direction. Okay. Here the root modification, stem modification of sweet potato and stem potato. Normal potato is a very example of stem modification. Sweet potato is a root modification, right? So both stores nutrients. Both stores nutrients. Biochemical and genetic evidence for the common ancestors. Right? We discussed this information. Anyone of you having any doubt, please let me know. I'm there to help you. Now we are entering into the next important concept, human breeding and evolution. In the human breeding and evolution, what you need to understand. See, any one of you are having any doubt in the last slide or in the previous class, please give the question in the window. So convergent, see convergent evolution, okay, divergent evolution. We discussed a lot of examples. Now we are entering into human breeding and evolution. In human breeding, we know very well selectively breeded plants, animals for the various process. So what we need to understand basically why we need to go for selective breeds. Why? Because to develop a desirable breed, to get a superior breed, to get a high evolution in a particular species, so that what we'll get the achievable returns. Achievable returns. What is achievable returns? For example, you know very well our MS Swaminathan developed the grains to grow in a salty water. The rice grows very faster. Okay, and within the season, or within the non-season, you can get the products, grain, right? So all these possibilities is because of the controlled evolution practice by M.S. Swaminathan. So the industrialization concept we already discussed with the help of. Can any one of you can say what is industrialization and more colorization? Now only we told you if the industries are going much more, milling production will be much more. Then the dark color species can survive with the dark background. Light color species with the dark background can't survive. That is the conclusion. That is the crux. That is the essence. That is the final outcome of the particular content. All right. Now we are entering into the next important concept after this particular subtopic is I told about evolution, industrial evolution, right? So can you see this? Uh, in this, who can survive? So nobody's saying the answer. Again, the Q&A section. I'll be saying the answer for you. So the dark brown with the dark background can survive. The light yellow, light whitish or okay, this type of moth can't survive. Why? Because it is in contrast to the background. It is in contrast to the background. That is the reason why it can't survive. It will be removed very faster by the predators, right? So anyone of you are having any doubt, please let me know. Now we are coming for the lichens on the trees. The lichens on the trees are almost white color, provided camouflage white winged moth, right? Uh, so camouflage mechanism. Uh, Camouflage mechanism means change the color depending upon the background. That is called camouflage mechanism. Okay, certain species, certain avians are showing like this, certain insects are showing like this. Now we are coming for adaptation and survival. Moth would blend into the background survived because they were less likely to be spotted by predators. Right? So moth would blend into the different character survived, but they were little likely to be spotted by the predators. So that is the reason why we are saying which is having the exact background, so they will survive. Those who are in contrast in color will not survive, will be taken by the predator very easily. Will be taken by the predator very easily, right? So I think so. Anyone of you having any doubt? Before going to the adaptive relation, anyone of you having any doubt? So nobody's having the doubt. I saw in the Q&A section. So though no one asked this question, so I'm entering to the next question practice. See, can I see this board question paper? In 2023, in paper 3, they asked this board paper question in the accession reasoning variety. So in this accession reasoning variety, okay, during industrialization, the tree trunks become darker due to the pollution. They're making the white wing more visible to the predator, right? Okay, white become dark. You know very well the hidden meaning behind that is the tree trunk accumulates a lot of lichens. The lichens, white is lichens. We can see in the case of pollution-free zone, whereas in pollution zone it is dark in color. So the light moth is in contrast with the dark, so will be found out very easily by the predators, right? Light color moth with the dark background will be found out very easily by the moth, whereas the dark color moth with the dark color background can't be found out because of the industrial melanism. Like this, we studied before 10 minutes back. Okay, now we are entering into the important question. Fossils are considered as evidence for the evolution because fossils are preserved remains of ancient organism and provides the record of the species not exist in the past, including those that are now extinction. Those that are now extinct. Okay, the fossil analysis is very, very important. not only for doing radiocarbon dating, not only for morphological studies, not only for anatomical studies, and also to study the interrelationship among other animals, right? Now we are entering into the next question or the same subtopic. Homologous structure in the different species suggest the different species. Convergent or analogy means obviously the homologous structure are similar in different species due to the shared ancestors, indicating that species have a common evolutionary origin. Similar in different species. Anyone of you having any doubt? Analogous structures in the different species from convergent evolution. From convergent evolution. If your answer is correct, okay, then you're having very good board preparation. Okay, NCERT examiner questions, NCERT textbook question. Okay, and then hard questions introduced with the CBSE board. Okay, assessment reasoning questions, MCQ questions, subjective questions, case study questions. Okay, like this, we are discussing all the varieties of questions in such a way you will get the maximum score to secure a very good rank. Okay, now related videos also be posted whenever you're having time. You can see this examples. Any of you having any examples, explanation about the fossil fuels? Yes, of course, fossil records. Okay, the fossil records provides a complete evidence of the evolution. Fossil records says the complete evidence of the evolution. So there is a message we need to understand. Now we are coming for the homologous structure. Okay, homologous structures such as pentaductile limb found in the human, bat, and whales and other mammals. So if you're talking about certain structures are similar in most of the species, certain structures are not similar, denotes what? Homologous structure. Fossil records how you are doing by radiocarbon dating, morphological comparison, functional comparison, physiological comparison. Okay, all these comparisons we are making it and then we are concluding it. Now we are coming for molecular biology. The character controlling alleles are having a specific DNA, with the nucleotide sequence. Okay, for example, one human being is having parrot nose. It's controlled by different type of DNA. Okay, other person is having flat nose, having different type of DNA. So different DNA are controlling the different characters being a allele. So DNA is part of the allele. Alleles are nothing but gene copies. Right. So this is a very good example of the worked examples. The tips of the exam. In this tips of the exam, scientific terminology, examples, and the explanation of the examples we need to explain in detail. Then cracking result is very easy. Anyone having any doubt? I given provision for you to ask the doubt. So though no one asked the doubt, I'll be entering the next important subtopic. That is nothing but evidence of evolution. So after finishing certain concepts, we'll go for Zoom poll questions discussion. So I'll be launching the questions to you so you can say some answers. So in the evidence of evolution, before discussing about the evidence of evolution, one is fossil, we all know very well. Another is what? You take neem leaf. When it is growing as a younger one, when it is coming to the world as a small baby, it is very, very dark reddy, and then that the dark red is becoming light red and browny, and then dark light green, dark green, like this it is becoming, right? So in the neem, how many varieties of color change from childhood to the top of the tree development? So how many varieties of the mango leaf development? So like this we are seeing, like this what we need to just to understand, we need to correlate everything together.